Alright, I'm back. Hopefully to stay this time. We had to reset the computer. Sometimes if I make the mistake of letting, oops, that's right, I still gotta sign in. Sometimes if I make this mistake of trying to start streaming with my VPN active, the bandwidth just goes absolutely haywire. And then if I make the mistake of trying to just, stop streaming, disconnect the VPN, and then start streaming again, OBS starts going haywire. And really what I need to do is just recognize that once we're down that rabbit hole of poor bandwidth and dropping frames and everything, it's best to just restart the whole computer from the get-go, because that's what we inevitably had to do. But god damn it, I am finishing this stupid game tonight. It is happening tonight. I will not accept anything else. For crying out loud, it is going to happen tonight. I am making sure that it happens tonight, because I am sick and tired of not having any goddamn answers to all my 8 million questions for this stupid game. So we are doing it tonight. And it's gonna happen. Holy crap. But it looks like we're back, doing okay. We seem to be having decent bandwidth now. I think I'm gonna have to redo a whole lot of that. Oh my gosh, oh, my patience is getting tested early tonight. We are going to make sure that we have earned this conclusion. That is for ding dong sure. But for crying out loud, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go through with it. I am going to go through with this. We are going to get this. So help me, Lord. I don't care what it takes. Take this. You're down. You're done. You're done. No, all of you are done. All of you are done. You too. You're done. You're done. You're done. Where'd that stupid elite go? There you are. No invisible. No. None of that. Who else wants some? For goodness sakes. We are getting this stupid mission done. I refuse to let this night end in any way other than me having beaten Halo Infinite's campaign. I don't want it lingering over my head anymore, haunting me, mocking me. I want it done. I want it ding dang done. Where are you? You blow up. You blow up. Alright. Get rid of that. Alright. Come on, you. You go down. All of you go down. You go down. No, you go down. I think he says cover. Like reassuring himself that he did indeed find cover. Go. Isn't there a Captain Jetpack? None of this. None of this. Down. Moving on. Yeah, Cortana, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Now we gotta sit here through her talking to Atriox for about nothing forever. Blah, 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 he learned stuff, silent, whatever. Silent Auditorium, probably meant to be some sort of story beat similar to Silent Cartographer and all that crap. Blah, 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 blah. Give me my light bridge. He talks so slow. He talks so slow. Faster. There we go. Alright. It's okay. I'm centered. I'm zen. We're going to reach the conclusion of this game. It will happen. Tonight!
More complete. It's like...
We're getting closer to where she died.
Yes. But I was going to say deliberate. Like she wanted us to know something.
Come here. Come on, down you go. Nope, down you go. You're down. Like, no ammo left for this thing. Yeah, I don't have a power weapon. Okay, then. I don't really care about the Hydra, but okay. Yeah, I figured it out. I got it. I got it working again. I appreciate you alerting me that it was acting up for me there, Spesh. I made the mistake of trying to play in the evening, trying to stream in the evening, I should specify, with my VPN active. Largely, I'm a big fan of my VPN. It largely works really well, but for some reason in the evenings, when I try to stream with it, it's a real hit or miss situation, which is obviously not ideal, and it's definitely something I'm considering when the time comes to possibly renew. But point is, we reset the computer because it always gets confused too, because I'll like pause the stream and then I'll disconnect from the VPN, but then OBS is like, oh, but we can't, we're not, oh. And like OBS just loses its goddamn mind, and so you just end up having to reset the computer. But we did it because, like I say, so help me, if I don't have a conclusion to this game by the end of the night, I am going to throw an absolute toddler level tantrum. It is 100% going to go down like that if I cannot get myself a ding dang conclusion. I feel this game owes it to me. I took the time to do all these collections that this game offered me. I've gone through their long, convoluted final act here of all of their weird gauntlet challenges meant to pad and fluff the ending to make it feel like there's more story than there actually is. Oop. Oop. Oh. Oop, oop. Go. Dude, enough hiding. No, none of this. If we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. Get out of there. Good move. Oh, you too? Yeah, we're gonna do this? Good job. Man, this whole experience has turned me into a real snarky butthole here, hasn't it? Where are we going? Over this way? Okay, we're gonna go this way. Yeah. Ghost of Cortana haunting Master Chief. Can we just get this guy some psychiatry? Like, he's clearly broken. He's clearly an emotionally damaged individual. Not that it's his fault. If you know the whole story behind the Spartans, especially the Spartan 2s, like, it's perfectly reasonable for him to be so damaged. But it's like, can we just have a storyline where it's like, I feel like they need to do a follow-up, like a DLC, where all it is, like, they could do it as sort of like just a walking simulator of him going through like therapy and taking long walks on the beach while we watch him become healthy again. Like, I'd play that game. That'd be a fun left field curve for the Halo franchise. I'd be down for it personally. To see Master Chief get to be happy for a change. Yo, what's up? Did I get amp? No, is it just gonna give me guns that I don't really want? Great. Okay. God, can anyone just like stop talking forever and ever and just let me actually go do stuff then? Like, if we're gonna act all urgent about it, can we just like actually have it be urgent?
I am starting to get a bad feeling about all this.
Yeah. There's gonna be like 17 gauntlet battles that we have to go through, and we'll eventually succeed and overcome it, and then it'll give us a little cutscene, and that'll be how the game ends. There we go. Only 17 to start. This is just the most pressing. Whee! Oh my god, can we just finally kiss the memory of Cortana and get on with it? Good lord. Nope, those aren't weapon things. Look at that, they actually just like gave me the light bridge. Let's... I don't know what it's that way, but I'm just gonna go straight towards the thing because I want my conclusion. And if the last session of me playing this game is any indication, you're going to think that you're almost at the end, and then 4 hours later you're gonna realize that you were not almost at the end. So I am not taking any chances because I want an answer to what's going on here.
How could I have been so stupid?
I don't know, Cortana.
Coffee. It was the only way. There's not much time. If Atriox takes control, he has the ring. A weapon pointed into the universe. Nothing.
Which can be translated to a yes board.
Fault.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fault. Not much time. Will this work?
Oh my god, we are just going to spend 18 hours talking in circles.
Of course.
This is almost as bad as Elden Ring level's lack of clarity with everyone talking.
Or is it mine?
Like, no one is saying anything of substance. They're all just
Nothing else matters.
speaking in weird, cryptic declarations that don't mean anything. There's no context going on here. There's no story being told. We're only being given cliffhanger without even the courtesy of an understanding about what the cliffhanger's about. Ah! Okay, why do I have to actively do this time? Everyone deserves to show off their butts. Look, even Atriox has a glorious ass. Glorious, if you will.
Thank you, Atriox.
You helped me.
You really did.
Why doesn't Cortana ever look the same from one game to the next? They always completely redo her. Like, every time.
You knew how you were going to die. How would you live?
Oh, that's the line from Halo 3. Oh, it's a callback. But it really doesn't mean anything because they never really did anything with the line. Jesus, even when he's like trying to hurry up and get an answer, he can't talk fast. He can't stand to say, "What are you doing?" It has to be, "What are you doing?" It's like every single word is a sentence with that guy.
She destroyed the ring. Stopped my deletion. Why?
I don't know, there's still good in her. The Tin Man had a heart. Whatever. Let's go get to the answer. I don't really even know what we're chasing at this point in time. Cortana was deleted, allegedly.
Everything is gone from me. Certainty of your goodness. I can't go on spoiling your life any longer.
I don't think it was really you that was doing that, Cortana, but okay. Go ahead and martyr yourself. Who cares?
Here. This is where Cortana.
Bit the dust? You can say it. Just say it. She kicked rocks over here. Done kaput dirt nap as far as a robot goes.
The silent auditorium. Forerunner, obviously. It appears to be. Oh no.
Oh, for crying.
What is it?
It's a courtroom, a prison, a place of execution. All these things together. Why?
Because we needed a bait and switch. That's why.
Silent, unable to speak as they passed judgment. We could not defend ourselves. We could not reason with them.
Something's sending a signal. Before you ask, I'm already tracking it.
Hear this, Forerunners. Your auditorium has fallen. The endless found. Your sins undone. Today we return.
Okay, well, no, because we're clearly going to fight and kill you. You can tell because we've got the Halo music going on now. Ready, fight! Ha, yeah, you like that? You like that one lower lip spike that she's got going on there?
Here and somewhere else on the ring.
Where?
You deal with her and I'll find out.
Slay him. among the endless.
So wait, am I going to? Is it?
This is what they made me. Remove this tiresome human.
Yep. So now we just got like a random ass gauntlet challenge here. They're just gonna send a flood of enemies here. The question is there a finite number of enemies and I gotta kill them, or am I supposed to kill her in the process? That's what the question is. Hold on, are they gonna give me any clues about it? Of course not.
There, I've intercepted the carrier wave from this transmitter.
Oh, here we go. Da 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 da. Nope, 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 nope. You hold still. Hold still.
It has been a long.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Oops, reload, reload faster. Oh, where'd she go? What are you laughing about? You've done literally nothing to me while I took away half your life. God, you are such a villain. In your cackles.
Transmitters. Rerouting the power through that one. This isn't good. The connection is sentient. It's searching for something.
Okay, but what do I do? Oh, here we go.
This is fun. And I will prove it.
Da, 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 da. Man, so many boss battle tropes happening right now. Arbitrary time wasters just to fill up the space and disguise the fact that the extent of this battle is make shooty and kill. Oh, you grow weary. You grow weary? I don't think you have the right to grow weary about this. I've been dealing with your crap this whole game. Who still needs to die so I can hurt her? Here we go. Oh, I wouldn't mind picking this up.
You will not stand in the way.
Da 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 da.
Give up and die.
No, I was gonna say the same thing to you, you psycho. There's a good chance we'll get to Elden Ring, but I wanted to finish this ding dong game today because I was originally trying to finish it on Friday, but they just drew it out so long. They've drawn out this final act, so I'm gonna make sure we finish it. Can I just melee you? Forget this. This is dumb. Oh, my weapons are out of ammo. Can I pick up another one? Thank you. Yeah, if we finish this with time to spare tonight, we'll break out the Elden Ring. But I wanted to finish this because I want a ding dong conclusion. Gosh, what? How long? Can we just like give me the next amount of enemies? Thank you. Oh gosh, forever with that thing. Yeah, you're down. Oh, he's got a hammer. Ow! For crying out loud. Okay, so now the question is, what kind of checkpoint system do they have in place? Do I have to do the whole battle over again, or? No, clearly not the whole battle. That's nice. At least got that going for me. Tell I'm super enthusiastic about this whole situation.
What?
No idea, but I doubt it's good. Wait, there's something else here. Something's helping me.
Is it the ghost of Cortana or whatever?
Truly wish to make enemies of
To be fair, I don't think it was the hammer that killed me. I died when he wasn't swinging the hammer. I think it was one of the other buttholes with a gun that shot me after my shields were down. Oh my god. Reload faster, please, Chief. Thank you. There we go. Alright, actually, I want to turn.
Last one's down.
Hey, you. Come here. I want to do stuff to you. Come here. Come here. Let me do stuff to you. Hold still. Where are you? Hey, come here. I want to do stuff to you. Alright, fine. stupid game. It's like, hey, here's a tool, but you can't use it. Oh my god, this is a stupid battle. Oh my god. This is dumb. Yeah, I'm getting shot. It's fine. Shields! Shields! Yeah. You really like to talk in platitudes, don't you, Harbinger? There we go. There's a cutscene. Is that like it, or are we talking like multiple health bars enemies here?
Tell them. I am sorry it took so long.
Who's she talking to?
Unknown. The signal's old? Like, really old.
My time is ended. Yours too. They will make.
How do you know English? I don't understand. I want answers.
Of course you do. On my way.
The endless will return.
Well, yeah, they're endless. That, by definition, would suggest. Wow, that was pretty meek.
Decrypted in time.
It's
Oh,
okay.
good. They're gonna set it up for another half-baked trilogy. Yay!
Maybe even another Cortana model if Halsey lets
Right, yeah, exactly. It's the universe. It's an implant that makes it so you can automatically understand everything. Yeah, they're gonna take the what's that one movie where like it was like, oh, you only use 10% of your brain, but if you can use all of it, and then like the girl just like randomly can understand language. It's like, look, just because you're using more of your brain doesn't mean you can magically understand things. You just have to learn it. Oh, look, they actually kind of brought back a bit of an original Cortana look.
Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see? We're going. You didn't know this is a Christmas special.
Long to plan this. A few milliseconds, really. I hope it worked out. Look at us. We just keep saying goodbye, don't we? But this isn't an end. It's a chance to make amends, to rectify mistakes. And it starts here.
Okay. Lucy. That's the one. That was the movie. Yeah, I remember just like being so done with it when she started magically understanding every language. I'm like, no, you still have to learn the language. Like, understanding language isn't an inherent biological trait. Languages are all made up. You still have to learn them.
Perfectly. Perfect. In these final moments, I know what my last mission is.
Jesus Christ, why are you still talking about missions? You're dying.
From my
Stop being such a military shill.
become stronger because of them. I chose well, Master Chief. I really did.
She couldn't even call him John? What a horrible final line. Oh god, I thought she was going in for a kiss lean there.
Are you all right? I don't know what to say.
Mother of all humanity. Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing a bit about that.
Like now.
I remember that. Yeah, there's not much about that movie I remember other than that was one of like 3 movies in my life I've ever not finished. Like I was at a theater watching it and I left because I was just like this. I would so much rather be doing other things.
No, but this is a really bad idea.
Whee! He's fine. Why do we ever worry about Master Chief? He's fine. They're not gonna kill him. They need him to keep coming back because they're too lazy to come up with new characters.
Chief! Your beacon just appeared out of nowhere. Oh, I thought I lost
What if it was the beacon going, but Chief was actually dead and he's like sitting there laughing about stuff? And she was just like lying there dead.
Where are we?
Chief?
Yeah, seriously, I agree with you. Like the screenwriters didn't even try. they came up with a premise they thought would be neat and didn't try to see if it would jive with anything that actually existed. And it would be fine if, like, they had kind of acknowledged that, but they kept trying to sell it like it was some sort of actual science.
It's different than they
And it was, yeah, it was ridiculous.
The Banished and the Harbinger were looking for something that was never found.
So I'm guessing right now there's multiple endings.
Something.
Oh, look, I can control the camera. Whoa.
Doesn't that scare you?
No. You?
I mean, presumably, yes.
Of course not.
Is anyone going to ask me what I think?
Nope.
I guess not. Get inside,
Limitless, I don't know if I remember seeing Limitless. I don't know if I remember that one. And the chief is back in the ship. He's still alive, and we're not done with him.
Sorry. I'm really happy to see you.
Jesus Christ, it really is like a big brother situation here, isn't it?
So, what do we do now?
We fight.
Finish the fight.
Ah, there it is. Yep.
Yes, sir. The Banished still control the rest of the ring.
Oh, is this their excuse for allowing you to play after the conclusion?
I know this is weird, given all that's happened, but
What? What is it?
we still don't know your name. We can't keep calling you Echo 216.
No,
Please tell me his name is... Oh, okay.
Esparza.
I was really hoping his name was going to be John, too. And it'd be like, what? And they would have, like, tried to do something profound with that.
And what about you?
What about me?
What do I call you?
Cortana, obviously, because she's not Cortana.
Well, do you think it would be okay? You're sure?
You get to choose your name.
Then I think I might have the perfect one.
All right.
Well, we don't get to know what it is?
Get ready.
Oh my god. What the fuck? God damn it. I was really hoping they were gonna take the angle of like, do you really think it's okay? And he nods, just like, I've chosen. My name is Titty Sprinkle. And it's like, and she was just asking permission to swear. We did it. We really did it. We did something beautiful here. God damn, that got loud. I can't wait until my neighbors knock on my door asking if everything is okay. Let's just go. Okay, hold on. Let me just like crank the volume down a little bit here. There you go. It's a sweet theme song. It's easy to make fun of it because the stories have really just been so lackluster since the original trilogy. I mean, I would even say that since Halo 2, they kind of went downhill, with Halo Reach being the exception. Granted, Halo Reach, the story of it was written before much of the other Halos that came out. So, like, it's easy to rag on Halo, because they keep making the mistake of, rather than enjoying the expanded universe, just trying to continually go back to the same character over and over and over. And it just ends up feeling very contrived because we spent time as Master Chief in the original trilogy, right? Even in the first game, arguably, fighting a world-ending force and succeeding. Right, a galaxy, a universe-ending force in the Flood. Right, we ended that. And then they wanted to continue. But how do you up the ante after you've already saved the universe? Right, you just come up with another way. It's like, oh, actually, it was an even bigger guy all along. And it just starts feeling so contrived. and they're not really doing themselves any favor. They were almost like, I would almost say Halo 5 was a better direction, because even though I don't think it was executed perfectly well, at least they had some different characters, for goodness sake, and they're gone. They're all gone all over again. So yeah, exactly. They should have done more things within the same universe based on other things. That's why, like, the Star Wars expanded universe things like Solo and Rogue One have been better movies than the sequel trilogy that came out, right? Because we're not continually rehashing the same story, but with a bigger bad guy this time. It's like we're actually talking about different stuff. Like, they have this whole rich universe made for the Halo universe, and they just keep hammering on Master Chief. It's like, for goodness sakes, you have set up all of these awesome characters. Explore them a little bit. Yeah, like, yeah, the Halo 3 ODST was fun. It was different. It wasn't a well-made game, but that's because it was mostly an experiment to see what they could do for Reach, right? And it's just, they keep doing that, and that's why it's so easy to dunk on, you know, Halo Infinite, because as far as gameplay goes, yeah, exactly, it's the same thing over and over again, and it's like, because as far as gameplay goes, I think Halo Infinite was a whole lot of, at least for the campaign, I know there's a lot of frustration with multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer shooters. I'm not good enough to do that. I just get absolutely hammered by, like, 8-year-olds that then talk all kinds of shit on me, and it's like, oh, it's just not fun. So I don't do multiplayer for Halos and stuff like that. So I can't speak to that. But as far as just like campaign goes, they made a lot of really cool, fun moves. I loved the open world. I had a lot of fun doing the collectathons in here. It's you don't actually get many open world shooters these days. Like, everything is an open world, you know, like an open world, you know, like medieval type of game, right? You have Elden Ring, and you have Skyrim 800 times getting re-released and stuff like that, which is a different problem altogether. You know, like, everything, when it's open world, everything has to be done with a sword. You don't get that many open world shooters. You know, you kind of get Borderlands to a degree, and that's fun, right? But then, like, and you could argue that maybe to a degree something like Horizon would count. I mean, we kind of have Fallout, but that's the same situation as Skyrim, where it's just the same game over and over again. Right, so like the open world was fun. I could actually stay zoomed in even when I got shot. Holy shit. I've waited through like 7 Halo games for them to finally do that for me. Right, and they finally did that. They made so many good moves with gameplay, and they just for the life of them cannot figure out that the story of Master Chief is done. Yes, he's a beloved character. We all love him. Let him stay positive and amazing in our memories. He will always be the legend. Let's go with some other characters. Even Assassin's Creed eventually let Ezio die, and they moved on to another. Ezio got like 4 games, but they still eventually moved on, right? And it's like, that's what keeps a storyline moving. You can't keep going back to the same character, and it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's a really frustrating thing to see, and like, the thing that for me makes it so frustrating is because I will always love Halo. There's no doubt about that. Like, I will always love Halo because of the nostalgia that Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2 will always give me. Some of the best years of my life spent in high school with friends doing co-op and doing Blood Gulch Slayer in Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2 on the Xbox and Xbox 360, right? I absolutely adored those games. And so I will always love Halo, and I will always want Halo to succeed, but I can't in good conscience say that it was a good story for Infinite. I can't in good conscience say that. It was fine. It wasn't the worst of the Halos, I would argue. But it just... Yeah, I don't know. It's a frustrating thing. It's a frustrating thing when something you love just can't really capture the magic again and again. And maybe that's on me for buying the game and encouraging them to keep trying. Maybe I should be the one willing to say, like, you know what, I'm not going to play this anymore because I don't trust that it's going to be good anymore. But, you know, how would you know until you play it? So, I don't know. Overall experience, I had fun playing it. I did not have fun trying to make sense of the story because it's become so contrived and so diluted in its own weird, like, it's become so diluted in its constant efforts to up the ante without really understanding what the initial ante was in the first place. You know, it's like, why have we completely abandoned the Flood? That was such a cool concept, right? With Gravemind and everything like that. There's still so much cool stuff that could be even be done with the Flood. They didn't even need to go with all this Forerunner Harbinger nonsense. You know, they could have kept going with that, but instead they were like, oh, well, the Covenant's evil again, and now we've got this other guy, and we're never going to talk about the Flood again. And it's like, what are you talking about? The Flood is the most terrifying thing that's ever been conceived within the Halo universe. Like, let's keep figuring that one out. That was so cool. But Destiny did open world. Yeah, that's true. Destiny kind of did it too. I played a little bit of the first Destiny, but I got kind of tired of it because I'm just not much of a raid gamer. I used to be back in the days with like World of Warcraft, but after a while, like, that type of grind doesn't really do it for me, which is funny to say because I'm absolutely a grinder when it comes to like leveling up and playing a game and doing collectathons, but grinding for the sake of loot doesn't really do it for me. I like more so like powers and abilities and stuff. I don't know. I'm probably I would like Destiny 2 if I played it, but this hasn't really caught my attention. But I don't know. I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I went through. That concludes the project we've been on for months now of streaming all of the Halo campaigns. The exception being Halo 5 because I don't have a way to stream my Xbox and they never ported that one to PC, which was a mistake. But I did, for my own benefit, play it on my Xbox just to get through the storyline and everything. And yeah, I will always enjoy Halo, but if I'm being fair in critiques, this game makes a lot of mistakes that I would absolutely slam other games for making. So, like, I can't in good conscience say that Halo Infinite was, you know, a return to form. Very low tolerance of grinding games. That's fair. I think grind takes a special mindset to be in. Like, even for me, grind, I'm really only willing to do if the grind is something that at least has variation in it. You know, like, so with Pokemon, I'm willing to grind in the sense of, like, I'm hunting for a full dex or something like that, right? So there's still something to gain from the grind. Elden Ring, I absolutely am willing to grind by going to every imaginable place, but that's because I'm looking through all these different places and exploring an entire world, right? So the grind isn't really just like a matter of like, go to the same place, kill the same 10 enemies, reset, and keep going, right? That type of grind, I agree, I'm just kind of over. I don't have that kind of time for. So, yeah, I don't know. As far as the gameplay of Halo Infinite goes, just sitting here playing the game, I had a good time. I had a really good time. It was the storyline that just didn't do anything for me. It just did not do anything for me. Did not get me excited or thrilled or encouraged about it. It got me, you know, when the final act kept on going, I wasn't excited about getting more and more. I was frustrated because I just wanted to get to the end of it, right? The story just wasn't captivating enough, which is too bad. Yeah, retrospectively, thinking about all of the Halo campaigns that we've played them all through, I kind of consider there to be two very distinct eras, and it makes sense why there's two distinct eras, but there's like two eras of Halo. There's Reach and Previous, and then there's everything after Reach. And Reach and Previous is largely really good, and everything after is largely lacking a lot of polish and pizzazz that we would have preferred to see. I think there are plenty of good things about all of the Halo games, and I think the evidence of that is simply the fact that people keep buying them and they keep making more Halo games. They're clearly successful enough, and they do enough good things. But yeah, I would really like to see, if Halo is going to continue on as a franchise and try to continue to be this legacy franchise that it's trying to be, I think they need to stop with the obsession with Master Chief. I think we need to let Master Chief be a character that lives on in legend and was an awesome character and maybe has some callbacks in future stories, but I think it's time for us to explore other characters. I think they kind of made that move as far as like Cortana goes, where we had like Fortnata, as I've been calling her, which I actually think there's a lot of potential with that, just because I think there's some interesting concepts about how does environment impact someone. You know, the same concept is just like a basic psychological twin study, right? Where it's like if you have twins that were, are genetically identical, but then raised in different environments, what ways will they be the same? What ways will they be different? The concept of having a copy of Cortana, but that isn't actually Cortana herself, offers a lot of really interesting stuff. And I actually think they did a good job of starting to explore that. So it's like there's some potential for some cool continued story there. But I think it would be better done if they would just let Master Chief, emotionally die, right? Like, they don't need to kill him off literally, but like, geez, Pete, let him retire and let a new soldier come in, right? Let a new Spartan come in and work with Cortana, and we can see some different dynamics. Maybe with a protagonist that has a little bit more personality than Master Chief ever had. Master Chief being the cold, dead inside hero served its purpose, especially in the original ones. Namely, his purpose was for him to be a nothing personality, so you could slide yourself into his shoes and feel like you were the hero, rather than Master Chief being the hero. But after, 7, 8 games, that starts to get a little like, oh my god, would you show an emotion? And they kind of tried to explore that, but I feel like the damage was done as far as Master Chief goes. So I think continuing to do Master Chief is just really beating the dead horse with it. And I think Halo still has a lot of potential. I think it has a lot of life to it, but I think they just need to let Master Chief be a hero of the past now. I think they really need to do some other stuff. I would have loved also a game that explored, that spent more time with the Arbiter. I think the Arbiter was a fascinating character, and in when you get to like 3 and then 4 even, right, where he's got his own sort of like resistance freedom fighters, with the Shangli, or however you pronounce it, the Shangeli, I think it's Shangeli is how you pronounce it. But with them sort of having their own civil war, that would have been an awesome, like, Reach style one-off game, right? Do something with that. Like, that would be really, really cool. They started trying to build up Atriox as this, like, really dense character, which is weird because we never really encounter him at all. And it's like, if they want to do that, then goodness, give us a game with Atriox. Like, let's do that. Like, I think there's still a lot of potential in the Haloverse, but I think they're hamstringing themselves by insisting that it has to be Master Chief all along. Like, hey, Master Chief is not the Halo universe. He's just a character within it, and they need to recognize that. So yeah, I guess thanks for coming to my TED Talk. The Cliff Notes version of it is gameplay great, storyline not so much, but that's okay. That's okay. I would say that on the whole, I still enjoyed my time playing all of these Halos, but I'm also really, really ready for a break in Halo. It's been a lot of fun, but it's time to take a break. Yeah, I mean, I still got some time to game tonight, so probably I'm gonna let the credits roll. I don't know, it just feels, I spent all this time like going through and playing this game on stream for everyone. I feel like the people who worked on the game deserve to have their names scrolled on a screen, even if no one reads them. So we'll let the credits finish rolling, and then we'll probably just put on some Elden Ring, play a little bit more Elden Ring, just to finish off our time here this evening. And yeah, I gotta start thinking about what I'm playing next on stream to really fit, because Elden Ring is kind of the evening slot when I've got time in the evenings. But yeah, tomorrow for gaming stream, I don't know what I'm gonna play. I haven't really decided yet. I have a couple ideas. I think I'm definitely gonna be playing some sort of palate cleanser. I did just buy Rogue Legacy 2 not long ago. That would be a fun one. We could just kind of do that one for a day, right, and just kind of cleanse our palate a little bit with that. Maybe there's some other real short one-off games that would be kind of fun to play. I really enjoyed the whole start at the beginning of a series and play through all of the installments of the series. And I've been thinking about some other series that it might be fun to kind of do that as a project. There's so many of them, and so I would probably break it into chunks, like do 2 or 3, take a break, do 2 or 3 more, take a break. And I think I'll probably do that for any series that I go through from now on, just for the sake of making sure we have breaks so it doesn't get too monotonous. But I've been thinking about the Assassin's Creeds. Resident Evil would be a really fun one to go through, all of them. For a shorter installment, we could do the 2 Half-Lives. We could do those. Those would be kind of fun. A little old school there. Those would be some pretty simple ones as a palate cleanser. So those are a few of them that I've been thinking about, but Gunfire Reborn is a good one. Potential option to co-op up to 4 people. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one. I haven't heard much about that one. I'll have to look into that one. That might be a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I really like doing the series back to back like that. FPS roguelike. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm game to check it out. I'll put that one on the list of maybes. But yeah, I really liked doing the series run. I think that's a really fun way to look at and examine games to see how they evolve over time, because it's really fun too when you get a nice long one, because not only do you see like the story evolution, but you can also just sort of see the technology evolution and see how games change, right? The way FPSs were made back in the day of Halo Combat Evolved versus now with Halo Infinite, so different, and it's so fun to see that stepwise progression as we go. I really like doing that. I think it makes for some really interesting discussion points. So I really want to keep doing that. But I think all of the Elder Scrolls. Now, does that include all of the like 17 different releases of Skyrim? Like, do we have to play each release all the way through to see how each release has changed? Those would take forever. Those would take so long to play through just because they're such dense games. Not opposed to it though. In the same vein, we could do Fallouts. Fallouts would be really interesting because Fallouts 1 and 2 are entirely different games than 3 and 4. And New Vegas. Includes DLC. Don't bother with the MMO. Fair. Yeah, there are a lot of options. A lot of really fun ones. Another one that would actually be really fun too would be God of War. Going through all of the different God of War games and then seeing like the massive jump to like the newest ones that are coming out for like PS4 and 5. Right, of Torchlight. Yeah, Torchlight's an option. There are so many options. Semi-MMORPG. All right, fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot to think about. I think I got some time to decide exactly which one I want to do next for a series run. Just because I am going to take some time doing a palate cleanser. Like I say, there are a few like one-off games that I think it would be kind of fun to go through and do. Just to change it up a little bit too, because like I definitely don't want to do an FPS right away. I'd really like to kind of mix up the genres a little bit. Because honestly, these days FPSs really aren't my standards. I decided to start doing the Halos just because of the nostalgia of it. And they, I have such an affection for Halo. But as far as games go, I don't really go for the FPSs very much. Ooh, that could be a fun series run. We could do all of the Call of Duties, every single one of them. Holy shit, that would be a lot of gaming. Oh boy, that'd be fun. Ah man, yeah. There's a whole bunch of good stuff. One thing that I thought would also be kind of fun. They're kind of a series, but not really. You could also do just like the Life is Strange games as one-offs, just because they're all sort of their own separate stories within the same sort of like thing. So it's like I could almost use that as an intermittent series playthrough where I kind of work my way through all of them, but like use those as palate cleansers in between others, just because they're so different than a lot of other games that I would be playing. Those ones would be kind of fun. I've thought about streaming those ones. There are a couple games that have been recommended to me that are very like video game version of tabletop RPGs that have been recommended to me, which would be a really interesting crossover, just because I do, when I'm not gaming, I do my D&D campaign writing and stuff. So it might be really fun to do some of those. Like I'm gonna blank on some of the titles that have been given to me. I mean, there's Shadowrun is kind of one of the obvious ones. Shadowrun and Baldur's Gate are some of the more obvious ones, but there's a couple other. There's like it's like Wilder something. I forget what it's called, but a buddy of mine recommended that one. It's got some procedurally generated like campaigns that you can do that are sort of like D&D style. That might be kind of fun to check out for a couple sessions, see what that's all about. Procedurally generated would make it really fun to do as a palate cleanser, because we could just always go back to it and it would just kind of randomly produce different games for us. So I thought that one could be really fun. Gosh, what was the other one? Starts with a G. I forget what it's like. It's like it was originally like a board game, and the board game cost like $150, but the video game version of it cost like $20. Like, well, geez, I guess I'll pick the computer generated one. It's easier for me to play on my own, and it's cheaper. Heck yeah. But there's those types of options that are there. I feel like something nice and whimsical is kind of going to be called for, if I'm going in between heavy, like big heavy AAA series and stuff like that. Some nice whimsical indie games. You know, I've also thought that just like pulling out some Forza and just doing some racing for a little while could be a fun palate cleanser. Just something different than the heavy-handed drama that you get with a lot of these AAA. So yeah, we'll see. Man, oh man, they had a lot of people working on this game. Wish it would kind of give me a heads up on how much longer we got. I mean it that I'm going to have us go through it and let all of these people get their credit here. But geez, oh pizza, this keeps going on. This is just like the ending of the game itself. It just keeps going on and on. Matt Booty. What a last name. What a last name. Matt, congratulations on having one of the coolest last names. Oh boy. Tinkertown, Deus Ex series. Deus Ex would be a little heavy for a palate cleanser. Just Cause, same thing. 6V, interesting. Whenever I see looking at 6V, all I can think about is my job. I work with a lot of legalese and a lot of policies, and a lot of the policies are like, you know, the way they tier legal policy is you'll have like descending bullet lists, but it's like letters and numbers. But if it's at the same layer, but it keeps on going past a full alphabet, they'll start doubling and tripling up. So I'll work with like policies that are like it's like policy 40 CFR 6J, right, and stuff like that. So I see 6V and immediately I'm like, oh god, it's work. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, here, while we're waiting, I guess I can just like pull up my Steam library on another window and just kind of see what there is. Oh, we'll let this go. Hold on. Open up Steam on my laptop here and just see what we can see here. Oh, beans, it's gonna take like 17 hours to update. Oh look, we're getting to the logo stage of the credits, which always means we're getting close to the end. All right, hold up. I gotta Steam guard my way in. There it is. We got to the end. All right, we did it. Hooray! Yay! Hooray! Well, I guess I'll just post credit scene. Oh, it's just like Marvel. Is it gonna be Cortana sitting there like, why didn't you take me? Are we stepping like it's Master Chief? What's going on? Oh, is this gonna be like Atriox or whoever? Something funky's going on here. Yep, there he is. He's an angry looking cuss, isn't he? Okay, so yeah, he's around doing stuff. Great cliffhanger. Well done. Amazing. Wow. Alright, let me see here.
What now, Chief?
What I said. We finished the fight.
Yeah, so now we can do all of the collectathons that we didn't do beforehand, but I kind of did all of them beforehand, so. Hooray, we did it. Yay. Oh! So. Great. Oh boy. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I will go ahead and peruse my library on my own later. I won't waste a whole bunch of our, oh yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. The 3-point thing with the 4-point plinth, 100%, 100%. Really, really messing with the brain there. It's like not cool, man, not cool. But yeah, I don't feel like doing any more collectathons in this game, and I won't sit here and kill. Somebody should be shot. Well, I mean, if we're gonna put it that way, boom, there we go. Someone got shot. All right, I will peruse my library and I'll pick some games and stuff like that. Well, I'll be prepared for tomorrow. For now, what I'm gonna do, here. Let me bring us over to just chatting real quick here. Just gonna quickly go ahead and, for the sake of the VODs, going onto my YouTube channel, just do like a quick old sign off thing. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna stick around, but there'll be a bit of a blip while I disconnect and then reconnect so we can get Elden Ring going on and we can get just a little bit more gaming in tonight. But for the sake of the VOD, thank you to everyone who joined me through all of these Halo games. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but we made it through all of them. I appreciate you guys. As always, if you want to stay connected, you can join my Discord. You can follow me on Twitter, EnviroStreams on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram, EnviroBoyStreams on Instagram. And, of course, I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, you already know my YouTube channel is there. But we got my EnviroBoy YouTube channel there. You can find all my VODs, or if you are watching this as a VOD, come check me live, EnviroBoy on Twitch. Either way, that's all the stuff. That's all the stuff there. Yeah, awesome. We did it. We made it through the Halos. That's great. That's super awesome. Okay, I'm going to, like I say, there's going to be just a bit of a blip, just so I can get stuff switched over and get us to get some Elden Ring going in. I'm not done for the day, but I do want to keep my VODs organized. So I will be right back in just a minute or two. I appreciate your patience, and I will see you very shortly.